My parents and my niece and nephew they were visiting, and we took them to Greenville, and there's like a waterfall there, but like you have to park your car up the hill and kind of walk down the hill to actually see that waterfall. And we were there for about, I don't know, 2 hours or something, but it was kind of hot and muggy, like because of the humidity. You know how you feel more um, heat, and it was really hot that day. um, and anyways, after we were done, we were heading back to the car, and it was really hot. And I think we had one water bottle, so I took out one that was like a thermos, but it used to keep water cold for almost 12 to 24 hours, something like that. And in that bottle, the water really, used to keep cold. So I took that bottle, and we all shared by, drinking water. Um, uh, in a way, like we don't touch our mouth. So my niece, my nephew, my mom, dad, me, and my hubby, we all had like few sips. And here my mother was helping um, my niece to wear her shoes, because um, I think uh, they had to remove shoes or something, and then I think she was trying to remove or something, because there was like a lot of mud, and the shoes were had gotten dirty. So I think she was, yeah, trying to remove it, and so that they can directly sit in the car now. um, After one round of, everybody had the sip of water, my nephew is holding this water, and he's trying to drink it continuously, like sip after sip. And I'm like, I'm trying to grab the water bottle, because here my mother was done with my niece. I'm like, I was trying to tell my nephew to go and sit there, so that my mother will, remove the shoes. And we all were waiting, because we could not sit in the car. Car was really hot. So, um, anyways, here I'm trying to grab, and the moment I grab the bottle, I mean, I didn't grab, I kind of touched, and this like big siren started, like why you're snatching it, or why you're taking the bottle. Maybe they thought that I will drink it, but I pretty much sure that that's what they thought. And I'm like, okay, so even if I wanted to drink, I cannot have another sip, while they had another set of bottles in the cooler for the children. I had already taken another set of bottles, and it was in the cooler, so that those bottles were to remain cold. And I had also taken a few other bottles, except for mine. It was only me who didn't have another set of bottle. So even if I would have another sip or two from that particular bottle, I'm like, okay, that was, like they just continuously want to tell you like you're nothing, and you change your behavior. It's I'm like, okay, it's always like I have to kind of sacrifice every time for every single thing. But, and I really didn't have any other bottle, but I didn't even drink water from that bottle. But here I'm trying to hold the bottle so that we all can now start sitting in the car fast. But this is how they do. I mean, the siren that somebody played, it was loud, and it only lasted for yet another 2 seconds, right when I touched the bottle. And when I took it in my hand, and um, my nephew just sat down to remove his shoes, and this is how they sensitized me at Costco when I was trying to grab my niece from the cart because she wanted to come down. So I kind of hold her, like I just kind of touched, and the moment I touched, does this big siren started in the Costco, like those security alarms kind of thing. Just 3 seconds, the moment I touched my niece, and I put her down. 1, 2, 3. That's it. So it is like these timings that they continuously sensitize you. And when actually my niece and nephew came here to live with us, they were to live here with us, stay here with us for about 1.5 months. Now, my hubby goes to one of the hospital where one of my neighbor, I think she's a nurse. So she, I don't know, for all these years, ever since my targeting started, I don't think so they ever met. And now here, right when my niece and nephew were to visit us, after like few days that they spend time here, my hubby goes to this particular hospital where my neighbor works, and she asked, "Oh, I've been seeing the kids around your house." So my hubby goes, "Yeah, there's my wife's niece and nephew that they're visiting. Oh, just let me know if something happens, like first she said, and then she said, oh, let me know if you need help anytime. I'm like, these are the people. Nikki, her name is Nikki, her husband's name is Gary, and they have 2 kids. So all 4 of them were involved in my targeting, and I will post another separate video of all 4 of them, rather 3 of them, how was their behavior. Very hostile behavior, very rude behavior, very suspicious behavior. And she wasn't actually telling my hubby that we are there to help you if you really need help. She was implying that I'm a pedophile. So if I do something to my niece and nephew, then they are there to help my hubby and the children. Like, I can tell from their behavior from 2014, 15, 16, 17, 18. When we moved here, 2011, 12, 13, I think everything was okay. We used to kind of at least say hi, hello, smile, and now all this had stopped. Hi, hello, smile. I had not even spoken with them like in all these 4-5 years ever since targeting started. So I knew that I've seen literally that how they were approached and by somebody, but then she actually approached another neighbor right in front of my eyes. And I'm sure that she alerted the other neighbor not to talk with me, and that I was under surveillance or whatever. That's kind of the most bizarre thing. And it took me 18 years just to figure out what this man was actually spreading about me. And today I wonder if I had my hubby, if I would have found my hubby back in India, nothing of this would have happened, because he's not a psychopath trying to read my mind, trying to spread things around, trying to send man after man just to test me because of his own suspicious behavior. No. And he never kind of humiliates me. He behaves like a normal person do, like a normal husband do. I mean, the relationship with my ex was a forced one, a plastic or artificial one. He always tried to dictate, dominate, uh, humiliate, torture, literally accusing me of being a sexual predator. He wanted to interrogate and do street theater and gang stalk and what all nasty things. Pure evil, degraded soul, seriously.